You think that they're fascists?
Yeah, 100%.
Why is that?
What do you think?
Well, what makes them fascists? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm just asking you a question, buddy.
Somewhere else.
What do you think of the protesters up here?
I think you guys are Nazi freaks.
So we're not for anti-immigration. We'll just bring it back to reasonable levels. Just be reasonable around here and everything will be great.
Excuse me, can I see your sign? Do you think the protesters are fascists?
Yeah.
What makes them fascist, in your opinion?
Pardon?
What makes them fascist?
They hate people.
I care about my country. That's the most important thing to me. I have a son that I want to see that he has a country when he's ready to get married and have children, and that they will have a country when they get married and have children.
Nazi scum off our streets! Nazi scum off our streets!
Harrison Faulkner reporting in downtown Toronto at the Canada First rally. This is behind me a group of peaceful Canadians wanting to oppose mass immigration and the government responsible for that mass immigration experiment. The last protest against mass immigration was the Take Back Canada rally on Canada Day last year, but what makes this rally different from the last one is the added presence of hundreds and hundreds of far-left counter-protesters shouting down these rally-goers as racist, as fascist scum, as essentially every sort of label in the book you can imagine are being shouted down at these peaceful protesters behind me. Now let's take a look at the data right now. The protesters want an end to mass immigration. This is not a fringe position. This is a position shared by the majority of Canadians. A Leger poll from last year showed that over 60% of Canadians oppose mass immigration. 48% of Canadians in a recent survey wanted mass deportation. So this is not a fringe group. This group of Canadians behind me are basically in line with over half of the population. The fringe protesters are the ones who are counter-protesting. That's not me saying that, that's the data. That is from Canada's leading polling firms. All right, so those are the numbers for public opinion, but now let's look at the economic data. Canada is right now hemorrhaging jobs. The latest August economic data showed that 60,000 jobs were lost in this country. The national unemployment rate is up over 7%. According to David Coletto of Abacus Research, in May, the youth unemployment rate for males was over 20%. Think about that. Almost a quarter of young Canadian men are out of a job and are likely hopeless because of that. A quarter of young men that are out of work and are hopeless is not a good cocktail for a country like Canada to be gambling with. That's what people are upset about.
I'm just here to put Canada first and to make sure my opinions are voiced.
What do you think about some of the signs here calling people who are protesting fascists and far right?
Just from my personal viewpoint, doesn't really bother me. I know who I am, I know what I stand for, so anyone else calling me names or whatever doesn't really matter.
Right. Is there something you want to say to Canadians who might be watching this that are confused as to what the nature of the protest is here?
Yeah, I mean, they keep saying we're anti-immigrant, anti-everything, and that's not the case. We're all come from a shared background, but this is to put Canada first. No one had any problems with immigration a few years ago, but when the floodgates opened, that's when the problem came. So we're not for anti-immigration. We'll just bring it back to reasonable levels. Just be reasonable around here and everything will be great.
As you can see, I mean, we have, I've been talking with the police. They advise that this is getting pretty heated, you know, for the sake of everyone's safety and, you know, people that are on our end. My job is to make sure that they're safe and sound out here.
So all the people that are surrounding this protest right now are the counter-protesters?
That's correct, sir.
And they've informed you that it's too dangerous to speak?
Well, I mean, first of all, you won't be able to hear the speeches with the way they've been approaching this. At the end of the day, I want us to get our message across, and it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to do this here. I think just for the sake of everyone, we've been here for 2 hours already, and it's getting heated out here, and as I said to you, I want to make sure everyone's safe and sound.
That's nice. What do you have to say to the protesters? Do you think that they're fascists?
Yeah, 100%.
Why is that?
What do you think?
Well, what makes them fascists? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm just asking you a question, buddy.
Somewhere else. Right down this street.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I see your sign? Excuse me, can I see your sign? Do you think the protesters are fascists? Do you think the protesters are fascists?
Yeah.
What makes them fascist, in your opinion?
Pardon?
What makes them fascist?
They hate people.
They hate people?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. This is incredible. So this protest has shut down Bloor Street. I'm walking in the middle of the street, and the Take Back Canada, the Canada First protesters are being forced out of their position, and the counter protesters are marching with them down the street. Sir, what do you think about the protesters here?
I'm a recent immigrant from South Africa 2 years ago. I've seen fascism in South Africa. These guys do not represent this neighborhood. 1933, they were defeated here and they must get the hell out of here.
So what makes them fascist in your opinion? Just
for calling for the mass deportation of immigrants. Immigrants helped build this country. Everyone here, unless you're First Nations, is an immigrant at some point.
What do you make of a statistic by Ledger that said a couple months ago 48% of Canadians support mass deportations?
I don't believe it for a second. Look at this. Look at this. There are a few hundred of them. There are thousands of us. Thousands.
Thank you. Excuse me, ma'am. Why? Can you explain your sign about them being Nazis?
Who are you?
My name's Harrison Faulkner.
And you are representing who?
I work for myself. I'm just here covering the protest.
We chased the Nazis out of this park in 1933. We're going to just about again.
Guys, what do you think of the protesters up here?
I think you guys are Nazi freaks.
Let's go on, sir. What does Canada First mean to you when you hear that from these protesters?
It's xenophobia, fear of the unknown.
Do you think it's right to put Canada first?
It's a good question.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
The idea of Canada First and the stop the invasion nonsense was a little ridiculous. And what I did see up there was, now fascism being thrown around a lot these days, but what I saw was intolerance and ignorance, and they all happen to be of the same demographic, which is really fucking frustrating.
I care about my country. That's the most important thing to me. I have a son that I want to see that he has a country when he's ready to get married and have children, and that they will have a country when they get married and have children, you know? Like, it's, there's a lot going on, a lot of crime, the healthcare system's overrun, housing prices are high. I know my son can afford a house anytime soon, you know? So I'm here mainly for my son.
you say to people who make the case, particularly the counter-protesters, that opposing mass immigration is racist?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't think they know what they're talking about. They use words like fascist, racist, and I laugh at it because we hate those things too. We don't want that in our country, but we need to also fight to have a country. You know, the reason why they are able to also counter-protest is because of the freedoms we have here. And if we lose those freedoms, they're also losing their own freedom. So I don't think they really know what they're protesting for. They're in an echo chamber, they're using those soundbite words, and it really doesn't affect us because we hate those things just as well.
Well, you know what? I couldn't miss this protest because what it has to do with illegal immigration, and I'm not for illegal immigration. We're having a hard time right now. People can't put foods on their tables. They can't buy houses. The children can't even get jobs. It's because so many immigrants are here illegally. They're being subsidized by our own government, and they're taking all of that before our own Canadians do. So that's why I'm out here today in full support. You know, we could stop all of this legal immigration really, really quickly. All we have to do is just stop giving them money, stop giving them free houses, stop giving them free food, start putting Canadians first, and they're not going to come here. That's a simple way to stop it.
I just wanted to see the numbers, and I wanted to support the idea, and I wanted to see if there'd be any appetite for political discourse and actual conversation. And sadly, I think a lot of Ontarians, let us down for whatever reason they did. I find it fascinating that a large group of people showed up to protest, called us Nazis, but there's not a single Nazi symbol on this side anywhere. There are no Nazis here. There's just people that want to talk about immigration in this country and mass immigration and the impact it's having on other lives. So I think it was worth supporting to show solidarity and at the very least, just have a conversation about it. That's all.
So why do you want to be at this protest today?
Well, frankly, I'm scared shitless of where this country's going. I have children, and I'm worried about the future for them. My son's 16 years old. He can't find a summer job. My older teen has to work 7 days a week just to afford his car and the insurance and everything else because of the price of everything going up. I'm just sick to death. I'm 50-something years old. I can barely make ends meet. I'm just trying to survive. I'm tired of this bullshit.
The Canada First rally behind me started at Christie Pits before the counter-protesters who surrounded them, calling them fascists and Nazis, forced them out of the park and basically trailed them all the way down from Christie Pits to Yonge and Dundas, where the stragglers made up the pack behind me here. There's still a group of counter-protesters in front of them, chanting them down, calling them Nazis, calling them far-right, calling them fascists. Make no mistake about it. The tension here at this protest is palpable. This is just days after Charlie Kirk was assassinated for speaking his mind, for having a different opinion, a conservative opinion, for being called a fascist and a Nazi, exactly what peaceful Canadians behind me have been accused of all afternoon. I have to say, this can't be described as a victory for the patriotic Canadians behind me. They were forced out of their space. But it is a sign that Canadians, as you see, this gentleman just called this group fascists right there, almost as if I almost planned it, but I didn't plan it. It happened naturally, remarkable. But this is the reality, that more Canadians need to see their fellow countrymen standing up, opposing mass immigration, and doing it in the right way, in a peaceful way. Not the way this gentleman beside me would like, but certainly there's no doubt that it was peaceful. If you like this content and you want to see more, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and share this video with your networks. Thank you all for watching.